Okay, let's continue talking about the Eurobasket. Luka, Giannis, Jokic are currently among the best players in the world.
Mm-hmm.
That's something that speaks very well from Europe.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Do you think that's something that has changed lately, or in what point puts Europe, knowing that among the very best players are 3 European players?
Yeah, no, I think it's probably a result of all the great work and successes of different European teams and players in the past that have inspired this younger generation. So I love to see as many European international players do well, because I think it's great for the game. The game has become really global and really competitive. Yes, the U.S. most of the time wins, but it's not as easy for them as it used to be. And now they really have to respect everyone and play their best to win. So I love to see these incredible young players that are fearless, that are talented, they're dominating, and they're great guys as well. I think Luka, Nikola, and Giannis are just down-to-earth, humble guys. They work hard, they play at an incredible level, they're very confident on the court, but they're good people outside, and I think that that's also something very, very important.
And we decided to ask something as a joke.
Okay.
How overrated is Luka?
I don't think it's overrated at all. I think Luka has earned the high ratings and the praise that he gets. He's just such an exceptional talent. To me, it's funny because now I see Dirk, one of the greatest European players of all time, following him around, and almost as a fan. But obviously, he works for Dallas and he's highly involved with the organization. But I see, Dirk, being there, also kind of probably mentoring him and helping him through the growth and the attention that he gets in those moments. But Luka, we always know, and it's from these times in Madrid at a very young age, he's such a special and unique talent. One of those unicorns, if you will, that they come along, and I can't wait to see how he continues to develop and how far can his game grow.
Going back to the competition, for some people it's more difficult to win Eurobasket than the World Cup. What's your opinion about that?
I wouldn't say that it's more difficult to win a Euro Cup. I think overall, because the European teams are all pretty talented or highly talented, it's always competitive games. You're not going to see many blowouts usually. In World Cups, you do play sometimes against teams that are a little weaker, and so you have a couple easier games. Historically, I think that does also the game. African teams and Asian teams are getting better, so they're getting tougher, which is great. I think again for the game, and I don't think those games are going to be as easy as they used to be. But from that point, it's not easier to win a World Cup. You still have to go through the top teams. Again, the U.S. it's always going to be there. It's always going to be a force, and they're very, very hard to beat, as we know.
Of course, the Eurobasket looks to be very open this time. According to you, who would be the favorites this time?
I mean, you have to go with the teams that have been, that are trending up, and that have finished high or higher in the last international tournaments. And I think France, Slovenia are those type of teams. Serbia, Lithuania, Spain, are in the mix. I think they're always going to be in the mix. But yeah, I think those teams, maybe Turkey, with the talent, the young talent they have, can do something as well. But you have to again Slovenia was fourth in the Olympics. France was second. Those are supposed to be, and they're pretty young cores, so they're supposed to continue to do well.
What's your all-time Eurobasket all-star five?
All-time
Eurobasket.
Eurobasket. All time. I mean, that's just. It's just very hard. It's a very hard question. I think one of the all-time greatest point guards, you have to go with Drazen Petrovic. I think, unfortunately, we didn't get to enjoy his game to the fullest because of his early death in that tragic accident. But I think Drazen, he was special, just like Luka is. And Luka is still very young, so when you think about all time and you want to include these all talents, you think about players that have done it for a long time. So that's why I like to go with Drazen there. And two, I mean, stuff. I don't know if I would be between Nikos Galis, another all-time greats, or even Juan Carlos Navarro, my good friend, who's done incredibly in FIBA competitions as well, or even Manu Ginobili. So we have great choices there. It's tough to pick one among those three for different reasons, but they would all be my starting five. At the three, at the three. That's another hard choice. I don't know. Maybe I would include one of those guys. So Eurobasket. So Ginobili's out too. So I would go with Toni Kukoc, because he was one of the guys that inspired me, or the main guy that inspired me when I was younger growing up. His game, his ability to play from outside with his height and his skill set, that was so Tony at the three. And then it's tough. I mean, I'm just gonna go with Dirk and Sabonis, and I'm just gonna do that. And, yeah, I'm just gonna leave it at that with those two guys that I think have been just incredible in different times, in different generations, but to me, it's about making a difference during your career, during a period of time, and those two have done it and have inspired kids to do the same.